it stopped streaming, so we're streaming. We should be on.
Okay, let me check.
Yes.
It says, I don't see the video, it says one watching, and I'm assuming that's me.
Well, you gotta
Just
call,
another day.
you can't go to Walton Hills, you gotta go to YouTube.
Oh, there it is.
Nope, stay
Yeah,
by.
it's up.
Nope, Rob says it's up.
Okay, I'm gonna check here.
What is it called, Village of Walton Hills? Which
Yeah.
one is it?
Can
It's
you
just,
hear
yeah,
everybody
planning
now,
commission,
Rob?
1/15/26.
Audio delay, you guys are on.
All right,
We're live right now.
Rob says we're on. I'm gonna hang up with you. Thank you for the help.
Oh, tell her to tune in.
Have a good night. Oh, he took 9 minutes.
You have it, Rob?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna look for it then. All right, Nikki.
I already hung up.
Oh, you hung up
I
with
said-
it?
Yeah, I said
Okay.
thank you and have a good night.
That's even better. Okay, we ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you for being patient, everybody. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Village of Walton Hills Planning Commission meeting of January 15th, 2026 at 7:10 p.m. on this snowy Thursday. Next item is Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Roll call. Alexandra Long.
Here.
Todd Toes.
Here.
Ray Whedon.
Present.
Janice St. John.
Here.
Okay, and Mayor Don Colgrove. All members present, along with our street and zoning inspector, Rob Kalman, our village planner, George Smerigan, our assistant zoning inspector, Jeff Burgess. Okay, I think I got everybody covered. And of course, Great Days representative is here. Melissa, do you want to come up and just tell us why you're here again and kind of how you represent?
Thank you. Good evening, Planning Committee members. Thank you for your time. My name is Melissa Skinner, Vice President of Marketing for Great Day Improvements. I am here with Brilliant Electric Sign Company representative, Jack Maxwell. We presented our proposal for painted building signs, which were approved, a freestanding sign and parking lot wayfinding signs for the property located at 7845 Northfield Road in October. Since then, we have redesigned the freestanding sign for your feedback and secured all necessary variances for the proposed signs from the Board of Zoning Appeals, and are appearing before you tonight to seek final approval to move forward with those signs. Additionally, we would like to propose a small change to the building signs approved in October in terms of material, moving from painted directly on the concrete to an alternative material that we will describe in just a few moments. Regarding the freestanding sign, our property is uniquely different from a typical commercial lot. The ordinance is designed for parcels where buildings sit approximately 30 to 60 feet from the street. Our building sits back 212 feet from the street on a 25-foot embankment behind a mature tree line.
Alexander and Todd, can you guys see that? Are you okay? You want to come over here with that? You want to sit over here? Would that help?
I can see. But
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
So the illustration is just showing where the embankment is, where the mature tree line is, and where we have a 212-foot setback from Northfield Road to the front side of the building. These conditions create a permanent visibility barrier that makes compliance with a standard 12 to 14-foot sign in height and 50 square foot size sign impossible for drivers to see. A code compliant sign would be completely blocked from view based on multiple site assessments, photos, and drone footage. A standard sign would be hidden by the tree canopy, not visible from either approach to the intersection. And in other words, a fully compliant sign would provide no visibility or functional identification. So we've taken some photos of just the intersection to Northfield and Alexander Road, where you can see the corner section and the mature tree line going all the way down the Northfield side, as well as a drone footage of that corner where there are trees. There's the mature tree line, and then there's a new tree line that is at the base of that embankment. This is that corner lot with the trees in full bloom. And this is looking on the Northfield side, heading north, that corner lot with that embankment as well. And then I also have some drone footage of just the
me and Jeff aren't the ones to help you if you have IT problems. I'm not at least gonna, because I don't know about you, Jeff, but.
So just so you can see, just kind of in real time, just there's a lot of tree cover here in the corner, right? And then the mature tree line that goes all the way down the Northfield side. I just wanted everybody to see that. So it does just create some visibility barriers there. That was the purpose of the drone footage.
Yeah, no, it does give a different perspective.
Okay, just mature trees. Just to be the point home of, there's lots of trees, and I know that the village loves the trees, and we want to keep those trees there.
Yeah, you know, that's true. We work hard with the building owner and landowner on that.
Okay, so, we are requesting a 30-foot sign height to simply restore normal visibility. We're not attempting to recreate an oversized or out-of-character presence. The additional height is required to not only overcome the elevation caused by the embankment, but also be visible with the mature tree line, which the village says is sacred and needs to stay, which we agree, we love the trees. Our 400 square foot sign request is a safe, consolidated alternative to multiple signs. The ordinance for the village allows our property with over 1,200 feet of frontage up to 6 freestanding signs and an aggregation of up to 175% of max area, roughly 350 square feet. Instead of posting 4 to 6 smaller signs across the frontage, we're proposing one consolidated, professionally designed and landscaped monument sign that is only 50 square feet beyond the maximum and conforms with the look and feel of the building itself. This results in fewer total signs, a cleaner aesthetic, reduced clutter, and improved visibility. The sign will meet all design, landscaping, and setback requirements, and we're fully compliant with the setback distances, landscaping rules, architectural quality, and electrical and structural engineering. Our sign will improve, we believe that our sign will improve the visual character of this intersection and not detract from it. The intent of Walton Hills Sign Code is to ensure safety, clear identification, attractiveness, orderliness, and reduced clutter. And we feel that our proposal does exactly that, while adapting to the site whose topography and visibility challenges the ordinance could not anticipate. The Board of Zoning and Appeals unanimously approved our request for the variances needed for this sign. And this is the renderings of the proposed sign. To the left is what Brilliant Electric Sign had done with the placement at the bottom of the embankment. And then this is an AI rendering to be more visually accurate and not look quite like clip art, which I know was one of the challenges that was presented in October, to not make the sign look like clip art, to make it look real. And so the rendering on the left is an AI rendering of what that sign would look like. So the material would look very similar to the concrete that is on the building, and we have landscaping around to make that thing look just more professional and aesthetically pleasing, and not just a black pole. In terms of wayfinding signs, at both the Alexander Road and Northfield entrances, the sign ordinance calls for a max area of 4 square feet, which is essentially a 2x2 sign. So the ordinance calls for a 2x2 sign. Given the amount of tractor-trailer traffic, 30+ semis a day, as well as hundreds of cars for workers and customers, having a slightly larger sign will improve visibility and safety for all. Again, the BZA unanimously approved our request for variances needed for these signs as well. And in regards to the painted building signs that were approved in October, we ran into Northeast Ohio weather. Conditions haven't allowed us to proceed with the installation of the painted building signs, as they need a warm and very dry condition to install. We need about a 2-week dry and warm window, which probably will not happen until summer of next year. So we reached out to Brilliant to think through possible alternatives. And they gave us a low-profile frame with a flex face composite material that would mount flush on the building, look just like the painted signs, and have the same lifespan as a painted sign. We're seeking your approval to move forward with the sign material versus the paint directly on the building. The frame can be installed sooner than paint could be, and the system allows for easier change out of signs for replacement in the future. So if we decided to change the color of our logo, if we, after 10 years of time, paint tends to chip off and starts to show wear, you have to repaint the entire sign, prime it, and then paint again, which would take a period of several weeks to get that done. Whereas this low profile frame, it's aluminum, would be painted the same color, the frame, as the actual logo itself, so you wouldn't see the frame. It would blend in directly with the flex face material, and we would be able to change that out, should it start to, wear or, deteriorate over time. It has a lifespan as long as paint would, 10 years.
Will they be illuminated, Melissa?
Non-illuminated.
They're not illuminated.
Non-illuminated. It literally will look just like the painted sign, but it will come off the building approximately 1 inch.
Okay.
Same surface area?
Same surface area,
Yep.
same size and everything. It's an alternative to, instead of having to wait 6 more months for the weather to cooperate, we would be able to install this. As long as it's not, raining and high winds, then Brilliant Electric Sign would be able to come out with scissor lifts and install the frame and then install the flex face material. And we can do that without having to wait for a 2-week period of dry conditions over 50 degrees, right?
Yep.
Okay, said that right. Great.
Oh, it does say non-illuminated here. I guess I should have
Yes.
looked at the material.
Yeah, that exactly like the painted sign. It would look exactly like the painted sign. It's just
Oh, that's
not
what
paint.
I'm waiting to find the sign, so.
See any problem with having that type of sign withstand the winds and the snow and the rains and all that?
Yes.
Because
Because it is mounted flush, and the way that the system is installed, it is held taut, so there is no wind, there's no, the snow is not going to affect it at all.
Okay, and what's the actual sign made of? What's the material?
It's a flexible composite material.
Yes, so this is actually, in regards to the last question as well, this is actually what pretty much any pylon sign you're seeing out there, It gives the ability to like have a little bit of wind movement to it, so it's not so stiff. On a sign this size, you can't really use plastic because that becomes almost like a sail if wind were
Right,
going to be
right.
coming through. This will also allow wind to kind of come in and out and everything like that. It is something that, like I said, on any pylon sign that's bigger than, say, 5 foot tall, that is exactly what we're using
Okay.
because it's something that is weather resistant in Northeast Ohio.
And you guys are using this for Progressive Field, correct?
Correct. Yes,
So-
we use it for all the ballparks downtown. And everything.
Okay.
So Progressive Field Guardians,
Yep.
the Brilliant Electric Sign Company is their sign company, and so all of the big banners that you see around Progressive Field are using this material. It is very durable. It's a very durable material.
Yep.
So looking from the street, it would be exactly, or look very similar to a painted
Correct.
It is going
sign.
to look just like this.
Okay.
You're not gonna add
So you're
too
not
much.
changing anything in
Not
in the
changing
way
a
of the
single thing.
paint?
Instead of us waiting until dry conditions to actually paint directly to the concrete of the building, we would just install the frame and then install the flex face material, call it a day.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And again, we're gonna paint the frame to match the blue, so that you can't even see the frame.
Oh,
It won't
okay.
even look like a frame, it'll just look like the sign.
Are you done listening, Jeff,
Thank-
with the presentation?
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Well, just stay up there a bit.
No, you get it.
So, Rob, I know you were at the zoning board meeting, correct?
Jeff was,
Jeff was.
that's why.
George, were you there too, or no? Okay. Do you wanna, but I know you reviewed everything, you wanna kinda touch base, just to kinda go over what zoning approved, so we're, at least we understand what they approved. Cause they approved, what else didn't they approve, whether the sign would be moving, or whether it would be static?
That's correct.
Static.
So we said it was static, that we would change the image, the static image out once a day.
Okay,
But it is a static image, so there's no animation, there would be no movement, we would put no video on the message center, because I know that was something that the ordinance says no to, and I know the village is against that, so we would keep that message center static. So we would have a message, it would change once a day,
right,
but
Or
there would be
whenever
no
you
movement,
wanted
or
to.
whenever we needed to, yes.
right.
But
But it wouldn't look,
it's not moving, there's not video, it wouldn't cause any obstruction to the intersection.
right. Okay, I know we had some concern in the zoning, had concern, and that was part of the variance, that it stays static.
Stay static.
Okay, go ahead, Rob, was there anything
Well,
else?
I think, so that was one item. I think what really, the board took into consideration, the actual questions that the board asks themselves for every variance. The applicant, as the sheriff said, this is the first time that he's ever seen this. The applicant listed all those questions, and, which I included in everybody's packet. So the Brilliant Electric sign listed, whether special conditions exist, and then they, responded to each one. The property in question will yield a reasonable return, or whether they're gonna be beneficial use of the property without the variance. So all the questions that the BZA asks themselves to figure out if they should pass, give a variance or not, that's how it's presented to them. So that is, that's why it was unanimous. They felt that the variance would be appropriate, and I believe and that the image should be static, so it wouldn't be a moving. So that they granted it with that condition.
Should have everyone do that. It's great.
Uh,
Outlining those questions and answering.
Yeah, they're kind of on point, so.
First time that was ever done.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I do have a question though.
Sure.
What keeps it on?
So the system that is in place that will be on the building there, the install guys, when they're going through it, they'll actually be using our the installer is a little bit beyond my pay grade, but they use a couple different tools that they basically like pull it all together, and then it goes into this clip system, that is like fastened in there, and then if stuff started to come loose or anything like that, we can come back out and just tighten it right back down.
Re-stretch it.
Right back in,
Mhm.
yeah. So it's downtown, one thing I was gonna say is downtown, they get quite a few wind tunnels and stuff like that through there. And we have players leaving all the time and stuff like that, so a lot of the banners down that they're using for that. It's a system that is used specifically for wind, to prevent wind from damaging the sign. So it gives that little bit of, like I said, leeway of making the face move back and forth, and it's not gonna rip it off the building. If you just go screw up a banner in the on the side of the building there, odds are by the end of January here, that thing's gonna be ripped apart. This is something that's longevity and that is tested in the field, it's been out for a long time. And like I said earlier as well, pylon signs are huge. Those get the most wind possible up top there, and that is exactly what we're using for those as well as the public space.
We have a partnership with the Guardians and, had lots of conversations about this material specifically, and that they have endorsed it. They said it works great, and so we feel like if a club like the Guardians, has said it's got their seal of approval and Brilliant Electric Sign has installed it, then if it's good enough for them, then it's good enough for us. So it's been tested in high winds in downtown.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my only question.
Yep.
Just because
It's a good one.
it's a fabric,
Yep,
expansion, contraction.
right.
I'm not familiar with the stadium and the signs down there.
Yep.
I'm sure they have to be top notch to be down there, but I just wouldn't wanna drive down the road and see something flapping in the wind.
No, yeah, no, absolutely, yeah, no, I get it, absolutely, it's a great question, so.
Alright.
Yeah, it's something that's tested in in the field, and, something that, like I said, if it ever did come loose or anything like that, that would be something we would adjust and make sure that it's all put back together correctly. It's a system, like I said, it's like a pulley type system that they use, that they pull it down, and then it's clamped into these clips that are in there, and it's, I don't think I've ever, since I've been there for 6 years, we've never had any issues with it coming apart or anything like that.
And there is a clamp, it literally goes the entire perimeter of the sign.
Yeah.
So it's not that there's no give, it's literally a frame that holds that material taut all the way around the perimeter.
Well, how we ended our last planning commission, we did approve the wall signs at that time, okay? We didn't approve the monument sign, the repulse sign, or did we approve the, let's see.
You didn't approve the freestanding sign or the wayfinding signs,
Or the wayfinding signs.
which the recommendation was to go to the BZA,
Right,
which we did.
right. And, but now they're asking for a change here, so basically we're looking at, we would need to approve all the signs, presented. You guys want me to start, give my opinion, does anybody else want? Or any questions for Melissa, or?
I have a question. Can you go back to the rendering of the pole sign? Would our approval be for the actual dimensions shown in the plan?
Dimensions shown in the plan, yes.
Versus-
These are AI renderings. So
Okay.
I was trying to make it look as realistic as possible
Okay.
for the committee so that you could see what it would look like. But
Sure.
the dimensions that are in your packet from BES are the actual dimensions of the sign.
Okay, great. Just wanted to verify since it was a little different.
Yeah.
Okay.
The proportion between the top, the light box where the logo would be, and the message center on the bottom, they are the same size.
And that one is proportional to the existing building and that tree there, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Which,
As close as possible.
right. But it looks, to me, it looks a lot different than where we started from.
Yes, it does. We took your feedback to heart. I mean, again, we're we're going to be living here too. This is our home, this is our manufacturing facility. We want the sign to be something that the village is proud of, that is not a, deterrent to the community. We want it to look aesthetically pleasing. So we took your comments and feedback to heart.
I like the idea, it's not moving, like an advertisement sign. We were kind of worried that it was gonna be, we went through all that, but like an advertisement sign. I mean, it showcases the business, which it should, but, yeah.
Do we have brightness, like restrictions in our code or anything like that for illumination, brightness or illumination?
No more than 1 foot candle at the property line.
Okay.
And the board has the ability to, like, during the day, they're able to keep it a little bit higher and then dim it down at night.
Okay.
If that's ever
Great.
a worry for the city.
Okay.
If anyone has the ability, is driving by saying it's too bright at night, which we've seen from other cities and stuff like that, that the boards have the capability to adjust that at nighttime. So
Okay.
Great,
that it
because
helps
we
out.
don't have much lighting otherwise, so it could stand out if it's too bright for sure, and blind people.
Right.
Yeah, that was my concern also about the level of illumination, the brightness of that. So both sides, the top and the bottom, will be illuminated?
Correct.
The same brightness?
Well, there are two different types of, materials, so that there's
Yeah.
a light box on the top, so that those are, like an acrylic, topper, and there are light features on the inside of that, so it looks like, an illuminated blue sign.
Okay.
And then the message center is LEDs, they're individual LED tiles that go through that entire message center. So
Okay.
we will adjust them as close as we can, but they're two different materials
Right.
and two different lighting fixtures.
What will the background be for the bottom?
At the bottom, that will be a graphic. So like the
But
picture.
there's gotta be a background, you're gonna have graphics, is there a color for the background, or?
We'll design a graphic, it is a 4-color, it'll look like a graphic.
It'll just be a picture, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the-
basically,
A picture.
so it'd be filled like whatever that,
So
Oh,
like
I
there was
see
a
what you said.
photo,
Okay.
on the left, there's a
So there
a
won't be like
photo.
lettering, there'll be more pictures and things
Exactly,
like that?
yeah,
Okay.
it's not gonna look like a school sign or a church sign where it's
Yeah.
just the letters that says like swim meet today, or, something along those lines. It
Right,
will be a
right.
professionally designed,
Okay,
graphic that will have a message,
okay.
that will really be, our logos, our products, our web address. We want people to, visit our website, check out our products and services.
I just have a procedural kind of question. Since it's the same application form, but we would be approving these new plans and then baking in the new material to our approval for the
Yes.
other signs?
yes,
Okay.
because there's a change to it. George, what would we do, just approve them all, or would we make an amendment, or just approve them?
I think what you wanna do is just approve the entire sign package as revised.
Okay.
Because before we couldn't act on the wayfinding signs and the freestanding sign because it needed variance.
Mhm.
You were unable to, and we moved the wall signs so that they could be going with them. But now that they're changing it, I think the thing is you have a revised package, just approve the new package as a complete thing. That's the easiest way to do this.
Yeah. The new package doesn't talk about the new material, but as long as we just say it, it's probably fine that we accept the new material for it? Okay.
Yeah, good point.
And again, when we were looking at the wayfinding signs, we talked about the fact that given the amount of truck traffic they have, the larger wayfinding
Yeah.
signs make more sense. The last thing we want to do is have some driver not make the right turn, okay? And so that made sense to everybody, but we couldn't approve it because it needed the variance.
Mhm.
So now they have the variance, I think that's the way to go with that. And even the freestanding sign, we talked before about the fact, given the size of their parcel, the sign's really not out of scale with their building and their parcel. If you look at other signs in the community. So I think what you have illumination, I think the stipulation that the BZA put on it takes care of that, so I think we're good there. I don't think there's another concern in that regard. I mean, we were worried about that, we were worried about the landscaping around the base, and they agreed to do that, so I think the concerns that we expressed at our last meeting have been addressed.
Looks nicer.
I don't have a problem with the material change on the wall sign. And in some ways, I think it's probably better than what we were originally doing. Because, you know, the paint is gonna require maintenance over time. And I think you brought that up at the time, about maintenance of it. So, this will probably be easier because it does require maintenance just to replace it.
Right.
We thought the same thing. Actually, you know, it was actually a good thing that the snow and the conditions came about and we couldn't move forward with the paint, because this gives us the ability to, when things start to fade, easily have Brilliant Electric come out, pop open the frame, put in a new flex face material and call it a day, instead of having to go through the rigmarole of priming and repainting that, you know, those giant signs.
Rob and George, I have a question for you, and I don't think it's gonna change, because once you brand things, you stay with it, but let's say if the logo did change, which you mentioned, and you could change that, would they need to come before us for a variance on that? Are we, or no? Are we just approving?
Face change, so.
That was just a question.
Face change would require a permit.
Just permanent.
Okay.
So like if they have their logo and they wanted to switch it to something else, you gotta find another company and want to put that on there, you can, you'd have to put it with permit.
As long as they don't change the size of it.
Correct.
Okay.
Size and location.
Okay.
And that is our new logo, so we're not gonna be changing it.
No, I see. It's just, yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in general.
Yep.
Educate the chair here a little
Nope,
bit.
absolutely, absolutely.
Any members have any questions or any feelings, or, go ahead.
I just have one question on the directional sign,
Yes.
in particular the one on the west, at the west entrance.
Okay.
The diagram shows the sign being placed on
Right-hand side,
the,
it is on the left-hand side.
okay,
That wasn't, that is an error in the plan.
okay.
So it is, we don't own the property on the right side, we own the property on the left side, so when you pull in, it is to the left,
Okay.
not to the right.
That's why I asked that question.
Thank you.
Have a comment?
Yeah, go ahead, James.
I have no issue at all with that new sign on the building. No issue at all with the entrance and exit signs. I think those are fine. I think this is a big improvement from what we saw last time. But I'm sorry to say, I still think it's too big. That's just my opinion. And I'm visualizing it where it's going to be. I just think it's too big. That's my only comment.
Yeah, I guess we'll just, if we go,
Even
do you wanna
though-
go, Todd?
Yeah, I'll go. I think the definition of a compromise is neither party's 100% satisfied with the outcome, and I feel like they've reduced the sign by 50% of what they came in here with originally. And they've shortened it also. I think it was 50 feet tall originally, wasn't it? Or was it always 35? I don't know.
I think it was.
Was it? Okay.
I don't think they changed the size or height, no. It's the
It was
same.
800 square feet is what they wanted
400.
originally.
It was, our ordinances had a limit of 200.
Right.
And they proposed 400 square feet, so it's,
I'm pretty sure it says in here somewhere 800, but.
at least that's what I
They
remember.
proposed 800 feet initially.
Oh,
Yeah.
800?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Really?
So, yeah, it was,
Oh, okay.
And they were at 35 feet initially.
okay.
It's
Well,
still
they're still at
35.
35 feet, but.
Well, they're 30.
We're 30.
Oh, 30?
It's reduced by 5 feet.
Yeah, it went from 35 feet to 30. It
Okay.
went from 800.
This drawing still says 35.
Yeah. yeah, it still says 35.
I'd
Well,
also like to. sorry,
anyway,
John.
I guess between the reduced size and the additional landscaping and so forth, I can live with it. I don't think it's gonna look too out of place compared to the size of the building. And the other signs are I agree 100%. I think they would have been too small at 2 by 2, so I think that the 2 by 4 is a much better size for those, for people, the visibility wise, for the truckers and so forth to see. That's all I got.
I just want to kind of expound on what I said. We've worked so hard to eliminate signs that are on a pole and are very large, and that was one of our goals. And the last meeting, we had all agreed, well, I think we all agreed that a monument sign on the ground would have been ideal. And then it was brought up that it was, I think you said it was impossible to put the electric.
No, it's not impossible, but having a sign on the ground, we would have to cut down trees, which you said were sacred. So if you guys want a ground sign, we could absolutely explore a ground sign, but we are going to have to cut into that corner where there are trees, which I thought the committee said, do not touch the trees.
Oh,
And so that
right,
they're-
but I didn't remember that it was the trees that was the big obstacle for the monument signs on the ground.
There's multiple different obstacles that we talked about. I believe that there was also, wasn't there some type of easement at the corner that was?
There is.
Okay, there's an easement.
So there's an easement at the corner, there's the trees at the corner, there's a lot going on in that corner, so doing a ground sign on the corner is not, it's not an easy feat. And to run electric from, there all the way to that corner is going to be, very costly, but it's the easement as well as all the other challenges with that corner. So that's not just an easy, we can go from, this sign to a ground sign on the corner, given all of the challenges in that corner.
And I will say, from a sign company's standpoint here, everything that was said at the board was taken very seriously by Great Day Improvements, all the way down to, we did have a little bit of a weather issue with the wall signs, but everything was looked at and was mentioned. Regard to the paint, regard to the size, regard to the look of the landscaping, regard to the size of the pole cover, what we wanted to do down at the bottom. So there was extensive research that we went into prior to approaching the board, and then after, it was like we restarted. We did look at different areas, we looked at putting signs different places and everything like that, and it just, every single time we came back to this, and it wasn't because they were specifically like only set on this, it was, we did look and make renderings and everything like that, and it was just anywhere else and anything else, it was just did not conform to the building size. I think that one thing to take into consideration, and I'm not saying you're not already, I think that this building is a very unique building, being on the corner and as large as it is and everything like that. I think that that's all stuff that needs to be taken into consideration on the sizing of the sign. As I had stated when we were here at the last meeting, you go to just any old restaurant or anything like that, I understand why the city would be trying to stay away from pole signs and stuff like that, but they're a lot smaller of an entity, and having this big of a building and everything like that, their presence coming in here, this is what they feel is needed for their company to continue to grow, to continue to have a successful business and get their name out there as much as possible, as well as making it as safe as possible for people to know exactly where they're at, how to locate them, and then if there is anything that they are putting up. When typical clients are buying a message center sign, agreeing to only putting one slide a day, or even just changing it when needed, That is something that is very rare. That is how much Great Day Improvement is trying to work with the city on this, to get this sign that they really, really want here, to their T of what they want design-wise and everything. I'll be honest, I personally have sold quite a few of these, and I don't mean to talk about myself at all, but I've never had anyone agree ever to, they've canceled their sign project completely, because the city has said they don't want that, and they're not willing to work with the city on that. That is something that I would like to just point out towards Great Day, is that they've been great with everything that was asked of, and looked at everything that every board member had mentioned. We looked through everything.
You have to remember, this building is 247,000 square feet. We have 1,200 feet of frontage. We're asking for a 400 square foot sign. Your ordinance says we could have 4 to 6 freestanding signs. We're saying we don't want to junk up the area, and we don't want to do that. We want to consolidate to just one sign.
Well, I do appreciate that, for sure. And I do appreciate all your comments, and I certainly don't want to be an obstruction to all this. But at the end of the day, it was a very large variance that was granted. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Janice, but I also am of Todd's mind where compromise comes into play. I mean, the minute that we allowed a development like this on that property, we opened it up to more industrial aesthetic, I would say, which is kind of what this sign reflects and what the use of it reflects. I do think there are other options, like there could be 2 monument signs, one on Northfield, one on Alexander, that are along the actual road, especially since you can have multiple signs, but that would up the cost, of course. I think that it's a good enough compromise. I still don't love how large it is. I still don't love pylon signs, but I do appreciate that you took comments into account and sought the variance and respect what our Board of Zoning Appeals, what their thoughts were too, so.
When I first seen Janice, that first one, we had which we all experienced, we had a straight pole, and the pole itself, when you looked at the first renderings, it almost looked like it exceeded the length of the sign. It almost like a second. Now, even just for me at least, and seeing that rendering and the balance between the tree and the top of the building, it just gives me a different feel on it, okay? As far as the monument signs, that is something we talked about, and we do have that easement out front, that we did talk with the developer that sometime down the line, maybe they would name the industrial park or have a monument sign that wouldn't be part of, let's say, Cardinal Health or Great Day. It would be the name of the industrial park, and that would be on the corner, because there is an easement there. Remember, we did ask to have an easement there in case we wanted. Am I correct with that, George?
Part of our negotiation with the original development is that we received the village retained an easement. We have a triangle on the corner for a monument sign.
Okay, well,
So
that makes sense then, yeah.
For the village.
Which would we could name that park,
Because there are
or if
going
we
to be-
wanted to put something like, correct the village of Walton Hills, that would be our choosing,
Okay.
okay? Where if you had a monument sign there, then it's Great Days. It would almost come across, if we allowed that in that easement, it would almost be like it's Great Days. You know what I mean? It's
For the whole entire.
we wanted remember we were very concerned about beautifying the corner, gateway, kind of with the other corner. You know what I mean? Where we have that kind of country looking sign, with the fence and stuff.
Yes.
That's why even we did the same thing with the Smith and Obie corner too. We have an easement there to control that corner too. You know, eventually if we wanted to tie all the corners together. So I just wanna point that out, that option, that sits in our lap.
I mean,
Doesn't mean we wouldn't maybe ask somebody else to pay for it. But, you know what I'm saying, we have that control. I'm actually okay with it. I don't, that one, you know, when you just see that, but the balance there, to me, I'm okay, and, I think at the end of the day, it's gonna look better than we thought. I really do. And, you know, me, you and Ray probably are gonna see it the most. You'll see it even when you're walking. And Todd, I'm sorry, Todd. You're the last one on the street of our development. Yeah. But, and I will say, I agree with, you know, them working together with us, and I do want us, and I know we all understand that too, establishing a good relationship with and you understand that as well as anyone else too, Jen, I know that. But that's why we're here. We're here to express our concerns. We don't just represent ourselves, we represent the village. For me, I represent the village residents, but also I have to work with the businesses to give a good image, bring in jobs, and form important partnerships with our businesses so they stay here and expand here. So I think it looks good. I mean, from where we're at, I think we've come a long way from where we started, and you know, we could always add, we always want more, you know, and who doesn't, okay? And the wall signs, I like the painted ones at first, but then the painted ones are only as good as, and I know they're gonna maintain that building to look pristine, because that's your image. You're selling home improvement products and business improvement products, so I'm sure you want your building to look just as well. But the more I hear about it, the more I kinda like those signs. Because you do see them a lot more, and I guess they probably hold up better in the weather, and you don't get fading as much. So I would have no problem with that, approving all the requirements with, you know, accepting what the zoning board approved, and also accepting the new material and the new signs. But I wanted to point that out about the monument sign, because my vision always was to kind of name that. It would be nice if that industrial, you know, or how we look at it, add a name to it.
So we can still keep that in reserve then?
Yes, that's always there. It's already been that.
Right.
We could put up that sign if we wanted to, but it doesn't necessarily just have to, it could be Walton Hills Industrial Park or whatever. You know, it could be something that, and that, you were part of that. That was something we were, you know, we wanted to have the control of the corners there.
I mean, the corner isn't the only option for a monument sign. It could be further up the street between the trees on the ground.
Correct.
If we, however, I mean, I don't, and this is like, to be fair to the applicant, if we don't want this, we shouldn't allow a variance for it. I mean, it's more of an internal discussion and standard for ourselves. Because once you give the variance, like, it's kind of legally, you can't really oppose too much, so.
I agree with you.
Go ahead, Rob.
Just so everybody's aware, just like how you brought up the easement on the corner, the high pressure gas main would be a major hurdle to put a monument sign along Northfield Road. And if anybody ever wondered why the sidewalk on Alexander goes to the utility poles and go around so abruptly is because Dominion at the time would only allow so much square foot of sidewalk close to their high-pressure main. So they had to design that sidewalk that way. Same thing on Northfield Road. So depending, and I don't know what our original plans have it, depending on where that lies, to get a monument site pulled out close enough to Northfield Road to be visible would be a hurdle, just so everybody's on the same page.
Okay, thanks for that.
And I think, I'll just make a comment,
And you wanted to make a comment too, I think, Jeff, too.
from where we were and what we were all part of, or many of us were part of, going back to 2013 and changing the DZA, the code of what's permitted there and what we have there, and a water tower and all kinds of signs that didn't conform to any of our codes, to where we are today. I think everybody on both boards should be very proud of themselves, because I originally was a little concerned about this, and I know a couple members reached out to me to ask my thoughts, and I gave my thoughts. I think this is gonna be fun. I think it's progress. I think no different than Affordable Mulch when they put up their LED sign. It was the first one, and everybody, yeah, what's going on? Little Walton Hills, we're getting an LED sign, and just to be here, and again, I've been here since we changed the code in 13 all the way to this year. I think this is it. It's progress. I think it's good. I really do. That's just my two cents. That's all.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other?
Well, I will have to say that I'm very glad that there won't be running signage.
Yeah.
And it does look much, much better, this rendition. I like the brick and the heavier poles, so
Yeah, that made a big,
you have to say
big
that.
difference. Otherwise, it looked more like a temporary sign.
Right, it did.
It,
Still think it's big, but I mean, I am listening to all the comments about the problems of the monument signs, which, I give respect to anybody who, on this panel and you that have those concerns. So, I just want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? George, Rob, Jeff, you mentioned earlier, and I know we kind of got, did you have a comment to say anything, or you?
No, I was
'cause
just
I know
gonna
you've
say
been probably, you were very involved in the zoning meetings, so.
the corner there is a different district than across the street to the north. So I know this sign company refaced Cummins sign, 2 years ago?
Yep.
And Cummins sign is the same size as this would be. It's just, two different
Yeah, we
districts
did
right across the
review-
street.
We did
so.
review that in our first meeting, so, yeah. And, you know what, I definitely would rather have that sign and keep those trees. I really would. I think the
Right.
mature trees,
Right.
if we did not have those mature trees along Route 8 and that building stood out, it would really stand out. It would really stand out.
The drone footage, I leaned over, I told George, I said, I'm glad we kept the trees, because I think that looks awesome, with the drone footage. I really do.
And you can plant trees,
They're not,
but I know I'll never see them. I mean, it's just, it takes a long time, it's just, and they're pretty trees, and they're not, just like a pine tree or something, they're, so. Any other questions, everybody? Pretty good to. What's important though, and Janice said, like all of us, the board's only as good as if we express our opinions and listen to each other and think, because every time one of us mentions something, or Rob, Jeff, or George, none of us can think of everything. We all have different views, and we all represent So we need to make a motion. Is everybody ready? We're good to do that? So we need to make a motion to approve, George, I'll have you help me out here, approve the, new signage.
Sign package, every day improvement,
We have to approve our minutes.
and that approval will include the, new materials for the wall sign, the freestanding sign at a maximum height of 30 feet, and the static lower portion of the sign, the LED portion of the sign, and the two wayfinding signs,
As approved by the,
as approved by the BZA.
okay. Who would like to make that motion? Who remembered all that?
Well, you've got it.
Or is it me? Yeah.
I don't remember.
You want me to make it? I can make it and.
Okay?
Yeah, okay, go for it. I'd like, and George, you're gonna help me out. I'd like to ask the Planning Commission of Village of Walton Hills, I'd like to make a motion to approve, the new sign package, of Great Day, to include, the new wayfinding signs. We did approve the wall signs, but the new material used for the wall signs, and the new freestanding sign.
I think you should include that the freestanding sign has the static.
With the new freestanding sign having, being a static sign
And the 30-foot height.
and the 30-foot height, as approved by the Walton Hills BCA. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Todd Toez. Vote on the motion. Alexander Long,
Yes.
Todd Toez,
Yes.
Raymond Weeding,
Yes.
Janice St. John.
Yes.
Okay. Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
all so much.
Before we end our meeting, would you mind giving us a little update? Because not everybody had that opportunity to,
Sure.
Melissa,
So,
hear that. It won't take long if you guys want to stay, just to kind of update of where, and Rob and Jeff, who are part of it, and Jeff, you are on the signage end of it,
Yep.
but where are we, just kind of
So-
give an overview, where's Great Day is at
things are in
Walton
full
Hills
swing.
today?
Things are in full swing. So we had all employees report to the building this week, and so we are in production at Walton Hills.
Great.
So
Great.
we've moved, so this facility is our enclosure facility, our sunroom, our addition facility. So this is where all of the sunrooms, screen rooms are manufactured for both the patio enclosures and Champion window brands. Right, and so we bring material in, raw glass and extrusions through one side of the building. They get manufactured into all of the custom components for each individual's, custom project, and then they are packaged and shipped out on tractor trailers literally every single day to our retail operations across the country. And our people are very excited to be in the new building. They're truly excited.
Can you touch base a little bit? You mentioned about the new oven or
Oh, sure.
the tempering.
Tempering oven, mhm.
And just,
So with the facility of Walton Hills, I don't know how many people understand what a tempering oven is and what it does to glass, but because our enclosures are full-length glass, by building code, we have to temper our glass. So we have a tempering oven. We had to buy a second tempering oven. It's several $1 million piece of equipment that was made overseas and shipped over here. Came in on 7 different tractor trailers, and we had to put the whole thing together. So that tempering oven is in and operational at Walton Hills. Our second tempering oven, which is currently in Macedonia, is being disassembled, and that will also be brought over to Walton Hills and reinstalled. Takes several months to do that. It is a very big piece of equipment. So we will have 2 tempering ovens running in that facility to allow all of the glass that we need to have tempered for all of the different sunroom products between the patio and Champion window brands. We also insulate our glass at that facility and do all of the components of screens, roof panels. Everything is manufactured there. So we're very excited. Like I said, all employees reported there this week. and we are underway.
And so the tractor trailers we are seeing, they are moving a product out right now.
Out, yes, tractor trailers are going out.
And you
I mean, we do
mentioned-
have tractor trailers coming in with glass and raw extrusions,
Right.
so that those, you know, those deliveries usually happen in the morning, but all that product is being produced, packaged, and then shipped out on the tractor trailers that you see dock 1 through 16. We have 16 dock doors that we're leaving. All of those are tractor trailers going out to our retail and installation facilities across the country.
Wonderful.
And you mentioned 30 a day? Wow.
As high as 30 a day.
Are they gonna run, go ahead, you were gonna say.
Are you fully staffed?
We are almost fully staffed.
How many shifts, Melissa, do you know at this time?
There will be 3 shifts.
Yeah, that's what I thought, that's what you originally, yeah.
Are
What are you
your,
running now, 1 or 2 or?
2.
2, that's what we thought, okay.
Mhm.
Haven't seen the cars. Wow. Wow.
are the raw materials locally sourced at all, or is it pretty widespread?
It's a combination.
Okay.
We get glass from several different providers. We get extrusions from several different providers. Some are in Ohio, some are out of the state.
Okay. And then just another question, just because
Sure.
it's my realm. Do you guys do any sort of like, or participate in any workforce development type programs or things for youth and students and getting them involved in manufacturing?
We have a division that is working on programs like that, yes.
Great. Good to hear.
So
Yeah,
it's very exciting. It's very exciting.
and we're hoping that we all will have an opportunity to walk through there when they have their.
Yes. So we
Grand
plan to do a grand opening and a ribbon cutting that you will all be a part of. I think we were originally planning that for February, but given the weather conditions in Ohio and the media that we want to bring, we really wanted to wait till the signage was installed on the building, so we had a really good photo op. And we really want to get some of the kinks worked out with the new building first before we bring everybody in. And we want to be on our A game. So
No.
we want to get the kinks worked out, we want the weather to improve, and then we'll invite everybody over for, you know, an official ribbon cutting, where we invite you all, as well as members of the press.
Okay, great.
I know there's, you know, the governor's also excited to come visit the facility as well, you know, with just the jobs that it's creating in Ohio, and manufacturing being, you know, just a really important part of, you know, Ohio and building the economy. So there will be some additional dignitaries that will join the ribbon cutting ceremony, but you will all be invited to that.
Yeah, no, we're very, as a community, I think besides the planning commission and Councilman Whedon, our council president, we're excited about being here and being our community being part of a large manufacturing facility. Really are, because that's what we need to do is start bringing manufacturing back to this country. And so we're really happy about that. And employing the people in our area.
Yeah.
You know, not just Walton Hills, but the surrounding Cuyahoga County and Summit County and other, you know, just, it's gonna be good. We're really excited about that. That's why one of the
very
questions
excited
was
too.
how you were doing on recruitment, because a lot of jobs are being created in Ohio, but finding people to fill those jobs is the
Yeah.
Challenging
battle.
sometimes, yes.
Are you offering any, like relocation incentives or anything like that?
At this time, no.
Okay.
Okay.
At this time, no. We're really just trying to, you know, pull in from the local community.
Sure.
Anything else you'd like to share with us, Melissa, besides that? I think, good.
No, I mean, again, I'm not as close to the manufacturing operations day
Right.
to day, so that is what I do know. But again, everyone is very excited. The building looks fantastic, and we're really excited to, you know, get production underway.
Well, good.
Sounds
We're looking
good.
forward to having
Thank
people
you.
know who's there,
Thank you.
and that's important.
Yeah.
When people see the signs, then they always feel it's kind of cemented in stone then, you know,
Yeah.
so.
Let us know if you need local catering recommendations for the party, for the
Will
grand
do.
opening.
We'll do. We'll do. I mean, we'd love to, again, take advantage of the local community and anything that we can do to continue to support local businesses and their community. We'd like to do that.
Good, well, we appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you all. Just thank you for the time. Thank you for the compromise. You know, this may not be exactly what you wanted, but I think we've come a long way, and just, it's partnership, right?
No,
Absolutely.
So, just-
exactly.
Thank you for the time. I really
Thank you.
appreciate you all.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you all, absolutely appreciate it.
Great, thanks.
Okay. Before I adjourn the meeting, I did miss one thing. Can I would like to approve the minutes.
Yeah.
So let's get back to that. Item 3, approval, who would like to make a motion for approval of the minutes from November 5th, 2025?
I'll make a motion, Mayor, to approve the Planning Commission meeting notes of October 2nd, 2025.
Oh, yeah, what am I looking? Gave me that zoning packet, I was looking at the zoning packet. Thank you, Janice, for doing that.
Second.
Second by Councilman Raymond Whedon. Vote on the motion. Alexander Long.
Yes.
Todd Toys.
Yes.
Raymond Whedon.
Yes.
Janice St. John.
Yes.
Okay. Can I ask for a motion for adjournment?
Mayor, I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Oh, and Don called Don for the minutes. Is there a second for the motion to adjourn the meeting?
Second.
Oh, go ahead.
Second by Janice St. John. Vote on the motion. Alexander Long.
Yes.
Todd Toys.
Yes.
Raymond Whedon.
Yes.
Janice St. John.
Yes.
Planning Commission meeting in the Village of Walton Hills adjourned at 8:14. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
You want to end that? And then I'll. Yeah, I'm really happy about that, because I know there was a little delay